All right, so ready for the inside track on BYD's Electric Avenue.
Oh yeah, let's dive in.
Today we're going to unpack their global ambitions. You know they measure up against Tesla
Mm-hmm.
and those EU tariffs everyone's been talking about?
Right.
We've got the latest analysis from Bloomberg Intelligence and Deutsche Bank to guide us.
Sounds good.
So, let's get started.
Yeah.
BYD, they're not messing around, are they?
No, they are not.
They are aiming for the top spot in the EV market.
It's pretty amazing to see what they're doing.
Absolutely, and they're not wasting any time.
Nope.
September, they smashed their monthly sales record.
Really?
Yeah, with a huge 419,426 new energy vehicles sold.
Wow.
That includes both hybrids and fully electric models.
Right.
And it puts them on track for a potentially massive year.
Yeah. Deutsche Bank suggests they could actually surpass their target of 4 million EV sales this year.
Seriously.
Yeah. It's ambitious, but looking at their current trajectory, it seems achievable.
So how would they do that? What kind of numbers are we talking?
Well, they'd need to maintain a monthly average around 417,000 units for the rest of the year,
Wow.
which is a lot. But considering their September performance, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
It's like they've hit the accelerator and found a whole new gear.
I like that analogy.
Speaking of gears, let's talk about those DM 5.0 plug-in hybrids.
Sure, those seem to be generating a lot of buzz.
Yeah, and a lot of sales, too.
Absolutely. The DM 5.0 hybrids, they offer a really compelling combination of performance and efficiency.
What is it about them that's got everyone so excited?
Well, for one, they have an impressive all-electric range.
Okay, so that helps with the whole range anxiety thing.
Exactly. It really resonates with drivers who are worried about running out of juice.
That makes sense.
It's no surprise that Deutsche Bank is reporting orders exceeding 400,000 units a month.
Wow, and I bet there are waiting lists at dealerships, too.
You bet there are.
Talk about a hot commodity.
They're flying off the lots.
But it's not just the hybrids stealing the show, right? They're all-electric models. The Seal, the Kin, and the Song are also seeing record sales.
Yeah, they're performing really well.
Bloomberg Intelligence highlights how demand is actually outstripping supply for those models.
Yeah, which I guess is a good problem to have in a way.
It's better than the alternative, right?
Definitely means there's a strong appetite for what they're offering.
So, okay, picture this BYD. They're conquering the Chinese market.
Mm-hmm.
But then they set their sights on Europe and things get a little...
A little tricky.
Yeah, exactly like hitting a patch of rough terrain.
I'd say so.
And those EU tariffs on Chinese-made EVs, they're the main culprit, right?
They definitely play a big role.
What's the deal with those tariffs anyway?
Well, Bloomberg Intelligence suggests they're probably here to stay at least until 2026.
Seriously?
Yeah, which is creating a significant obstacle for BYD's European ambitions.
How so?
Well, it all comes down to affordability, which has been a key selling point for BYD, especially compared to established players like Volkswagen and Tesla.
Right. So those tariffs directly impact how competitively they can price their cars.
Exactly.
So while you can snag a budget-friendly BYD EV in China, those same cars could cost almost double in Europe.
Yeah, it's a tough sell for European consumers who are much more price conscious.
Ouch, that's a tough pill to swallow.
It really undermines one of their biggest advantages.
But wait, there's more.
Oh no.
Bloomberg's research actually reveals another challenge: building brand trust.
Oh, right.
It seems European consumers are a bit hesitant when it comes to Chinese EVs in general,
I can see that.
especially when it comes to quality and resale value.
Yeah, they're a bit wary compared to those established brands. Understandably so.
It's like trying to break into an exclusive club. You need the right credentials and a lot of persistence.
That's a good way to put it.
Conquering Europe, it's no easy feat for BYD.
No, it's definitely an uphill battle.
But they're not giving up, are they?
Not at all. They're actually playing it smart.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, Bloomberg Intelligence reports that they're strategically setting up factories in key locations,
Like
Thailand, Brazil, Hungary.
So they're getting closer to their customers.
Exactly.
That's one way to get around those EU tariffs.
Right, and it also reduces their reliance on those complex global supply chains.
Smart move makes them more agile.
Definitely.
But, okay, let's not forget about the top dog here. Tesla.
Right?
They've got a pretty big head start in this global EV game.
Yeah, Bloomberg Intelligence points out that last year, over 85% of BYD's sales were concentrated in China,
Wow.
while Tesla has a much more diversified global presence.
Okay, so BYD has some catching up to do.
They do.
But those new factories, They're definitely a step in the right direction.
Absolutely. Expanding their reach is key.
But Tesla's not just sitting around either.
No, they're not.
Their production capacity is about to get a whole lot bigger.
Yeah, they're aiming for a production capacity of over 5 million vehicles by 2030.
Wow, that's a lot of EVs.
It is, and it highlights how intense the competition is in this market.
It's like a race to electrify the world.
It really is.
Both BYD and Tesla pushing each other further and faster.
And driving innovation.
Exactly. But here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
BYD, they've got a secret weapon.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Their battery technology.
Right. They're not just making cars, they're making the batteries that power them.
Exactly. A lot of other car makers, they rely on external suppliers for their batteries.
It's true.
But BYD, they've gone all in on vertical integration.
Yep, they control the entire process.
From designing and manufacturing the batteries to putting them right into their vehicles.
It's a bold strategy.
But it seems to be working for them.
It does give them a lot of control.
Yeah, so what kind of impact does that have?
Well, for one, it gives them a lot of control over their costs.
Which is huge in this industry.
Absolutely. Margins can be tight.
For sure. And it also helps protect them from those supply chain issues.
Exactly. Everyone's worried about supply chains these days.
It's like having a safety net.
Right. They're not left in the lurch if there's a disruption.
So that's a big advantage for sure.
Absolutely massive advantage.
And here's something else to think about.
What's that?
Bloomberg Intelligence suggests that BYD, they might even start supplying their batteries to other car manufacturers.
Wow, now that's a game changer.
Right.
From competitor to supplier, talk about a power move.
They'd be shaping the entire EV landscape.
Absolutely.
So we've got BYD dominating in China, making strategic moves to tackle Europe.
Right.
And they've got this killer advantage with their battery tech.
It's a compelling story.
It is. But what does it all mean for the average person? Why should we care? This is where it gets interesting for your wallet.
Oh, yeah. How so?
We're talking about the future of electric vehicles.
Okay.
And what it means for how much you're going to be paying for one.
Gotcha.
Could BYD's ambition, along with Tesla already being such a strong global presence, could this actually spark an electric price war?
It's a really interesting question.
It is, right?
We've already seen both companies strategically lowering prices.
Yes.
Just to stay competitive.
Yeah, right. So imagine this.
Good.
BYD and Tesla.
Why?
These titans of the EV world.
Yeah.
Locked in this epic battle.
Okay.
Driving down prices, pushing each other to innovate.
Right. Trying to win over customers.
And who benefits from that?
Well, in the end, consumers do. Right?
Exactly.
More affordable EVs.
More people can actually afford to make the switch.
Exactly. Not just the luxury market.
Now, that's a future I think we can all get behind. More EVs on the road.
Less reliance on gas.
Exactly.
Right.
But let's bring it back to BYD for a sec.
Okay.
Their battery advantage.
Right.
What does that really mean in this scenario?
Well, it all comes down to cost management.
Okay.
That control over battery production,
Right.
it gives them so much flexibility in a potential price war.
So if they can keep those production costs down,
Exactly.
they can offer more competitive prices than anyone else.
It's a huge advantage.
And they could even end up supplying batteries to other car companies, right?
Right, like we were talking about earlier.
They wouldn't just be competing at that point.
Yeah. They'd be shaping the entire playing field. Wow. Influencing how fast EVs get adopted, what kind of battery tech becomes the standard.
It's a big deal.
Huge.
So to kind of wrap things up here,
Yeah.
BYD, it seems like they're on this incredible journey,
They are.
facing challenges for sure.
Of course.
But they've also got a lot going for them.
Absolutely.
Huge success in China,
Yep.
smart expansion strategy,
Uh-huh.
and that battery advantage we keep talking about.
Can't forget about the batteries.
They could really reshape what the future of electric vehicles looks like.
I think it's going to be fascinating to see what they do next.
Me too. This whole deep dive has been a wild ride.
It has.
From those massive sales numbers to those tricky EU tariffs.
Definitely a lot to unpack.
But one thing's for sure, BYD is a major player in this electric revolution.
Absolutely.
Whether they spark a global price war or not,
Yeah.
they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Big time.
So keep an eye on this company, folks.
Definitely don't underestimate them.
Their next move might just change everything.
Couldn't agree more.
Thanks for joining us for this electrifying deep dive.
My pleasure.